Sam and Brent here with a music review.
Oh, yeah.
What band / album are we reviewing today, Brent?
Today we are going to be reviewing...
We're going to be what?
We're reviewing. Isn't this a music review?
It's a review.
Damn it. They didn't tell me that when I signed up for this. In all seriousness. We're going to be reviewing Boards of Canada's album, The Campfire Head Phase, which is one of my favorites. No lie.
Now, because you introduced me to Boards of Canada, I'll be the one to ask the question, what is this album about?
Well, Sam, funny story. Think way back.
I know what it is, but for their sake.
I know, I'm just bullshitting you.
I know you are.
I'm gonna cut all this out. Anyway, well, all of the Boards of Canada's albums are, they say it's supposed to have a visual element to go with it, so you're supposed to kind of, picture something, whether it be a scene or a person or a landscape or something to go along with the music you're listening to, because they're this ambient electronica band, and they have very nice, warm, ambient kind of sound, which they get from using a lot of analog equipment. And they get a lot of their inspiration, especially for this album, from sounds of like 70s TV shows and stuff, which they sample a lot of in the backgrounds of some of the songs in this album. But I've read that with this album, when you listen to it, you're supposed to kind of visualize someone sitting around a campfire and,
slowly losing their mind.
Yeah, but losing their mind as they recollect past events of their lives, like they're just sitting around a campfire and they're just as if their whole life is slowly flashing before their eyes and they're kind of going insane, which I think is a pretty interesting concept. I mean, who wakes up every morning and goes, oh, I'm gonna write music about a guy going insane around a campfire. That sounds like a good idea.
With only like analog instruments.
I'm gonna use only 70s TV show sounds. I am such a cool person.
Well, what about like the guitar? Didn't you say it's like they only played one note and they used like the computer to like just...
It wasn't, not one note, but like...
Well, not one note, but like one like chord or whatever.
It was like 2 or 3 chords in the first track on the album is like an intro, but the first full song or whatever, Chroma Key Dream
Well,
Code.
how about we show them what we're talking about? Let's give them like a 10, 15 second listen to that.
Alright, will do. So, this is the 3 chords we're talking about. It's just an acoustic guitar, but it shows the great things you can do with electronic production these days to really make it into something completely unique and have a completely different texture. So, let's listen to Chroma Key Dream Coat.
And we're back!
I hope you enjoyed that sample. It's one of my favorite songs off the entire album.
I remember that's like the one that I got really addicted to.
That's the one that everybody gets addicted to whenever I
It's just those like 2 notes.
Yeah.
Ding, ding.
It's one of my favorites on the album. And it's just, this album is really good when you're trying to introduce people to the Boards of Canada or even just electronic music in general, because, people who don't listen to electronica like that maybe aren't ready for a full, Aphex Twin, Richard D. James kind of weird stuff.
I still need to listen to them.
Yes, you do. I'll teach you. I'll show you the way of electronica.
I think it's Sean that you want to be more worried about.
No, Sean is into dubstep, which is poop.
So he's a lost cause to you?
Yes.
Why?
Because
It's too late for him?
He just listens to dubstep. I don't know. I don't like dubstep. Just throwing that out there. Not a big fan.
There are a lot of people that agree with you. My friend Kristen was actually telling me how when she talks about music and she talks about dubstep, there are actually like music majors that would be like, why do you even like that? It's not music! And they would like flip out. Well, I'm not sure if
I
they'd
agree with that.
I'm not sure if they'd flip out, but that's...
I don't blame them. But that's just me. I'm sure there are people who are like, why don't you like dubstep? It's the coolest thing ever. But it's not the coolest.
It's not the coolest thing.
Boards of Canada are way better than any dubstep. But anyway, so yeah, this album is good. Kind of an introduction to Boards of Canada. So if you haven't listened to Boards of Canada before, I would definitely suggest getting this album. It's a full, how many songs?
15?
15 track album, so it's, you know, it's a full thing. You get a lot of songs for your money. And I think I got it for like $10 somewhere.
That's pretty
It's
good.
not that expensive. But anyway, it's great. Just it's good if you can put it in the background, and like I said, it's kind of ambient and it's good to kind of relax or think to. It's very cognitive music. Or, you know, if you're
Good music
more
to write to.
yeah, it's good music to write to or read to or do homework to or something like that. Or if, you know, you're a hardcore fan, then it's still just as good if you want to do some intent listening and analyzing of it. You can still just get as much out of it. And it's really a fantastic album. I'd suggest that, you know, unless you're into dubstep, then you shouldn't be watching.
If you want to get into
I'm just
like
kidding.
techno kind of stuff, this
Yeah.
would be a good introduction to it.
Yeah, there are people who, you know, when you say electronica and you think, oh, so you mean like LMFAO, right? Like techno? It's like, no, that's not what electronica is. There might be a branch of electronica, but there's so much better stuff out there, I think. But anyway,
So does that wrap up this, or is there anything more to say about this album?
I'd say that's about it. Wraps it up.
All right, that wraps it up.
Hope
Boards
you
of
found it
Canada.
very helpful and informative. Go buy the album.
Both of us recommend buying this album very strongly.
We get 2 thumbs up.
Oh,
One for me.
What's the rating out of 5 stars? Yours, not mine.
As my rating, can I go half a star?
Yeah.
All right, so 4.5.
All right. 4.5 stars. You heard the man. Go buy the album. Like this video and subscribe.
Bitch.
Ha 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 ha!